concept of the Oriental medicine. I want to let you know the how understand of the Yin and Yang in traditional medicine. If here's the Yin and Yang, is Yin is actually shade side. Here's shade side of the hill, and Yang is sunny side of the hill. So this is dark, and this is bright. So this is darkness, brightness. We can try to apply the day and night. So this the Yin might be nighttime, as you know. This is for the daytime. And also in daytime we try to go out for the work, so that's why out or outward. This is kind of the Yang type of the function or Yang type of the action. And the nighttime we back to home for the rest with back, which means in or inward. These are we call the Yin type of the action, right? In this way, there's a many condition which apply to this one in human's body, with the inside. So this is inside with internal organ when compared with the skin and muscle. This is more located outside. And also, or protrusion or concave. So protrusion part is much easier to exposure to the sun than the concave type. So that might be shade like this way. I know this part is might be shade in this section, but mostly this part is more the brighter and more close to the sun. So that's why this might be more hot than this cold. And this protrusion part is with up and down. And like this way, many type of the condition we can apply for the Yin and Yang theory. Okay, so who has a skin problem like a skin rash with protrusion type? This is much easier to treat than concave type of the skin problem, such as the who has the ulceration. Most of the ulcer has a concave type. So this is a more hard to treat than the protrusion type. Okay, and also there's heaven is more Yang type than the earth, because earth is located lower, and sun and moonlight. So moonlight is cool light, and also sunlight is warm light, right? So moon is cool and this is warm. So cool and warm, that would be the fire and water, right? And also there's you can apply to the cool light with the cold, and the sunlight is more hot and warm. So those are, we can put the Yang type. And in movement, usually heat might be push up to the something to move, but cold make slow down. So, and also it might be stable. So that's why the rest and slow down, or fast and move, these are all related with the Yang type. And the interaction with the descending as like water flow, water force, and also fire with blazing upward, that's why it's ascending is a Yang type of condition. And flat is like a earth, and the round is actually they try to understand this way. Round is heaven. If you someday you can go out at nighttime, take a look or staring at a star, you may realize the heaven is suddenly changed to the round shape. So flat is like earth. So this is in. We can apply to this basic character to certain thing. For example, space and time. Space is yin, time is yang, because the space is stable. So time has a character which is moving. So that's why moving is like a fire or heat. So that's why time is actually Yang type of the concept. And also space might be the Yin type. Build up the castle or kingdom, usually face to the south. If you face to the south, someone stay at here, so his left side will be east, and his right side is might be west. So sun is all the time raised up from his left side and then top and goes down to the his west side. So west side is looks like sun goes down, and east side is looks like sun goes up. So that's why it's the east is like ascending in direction, and also west is descending in direction. So that's why the west is like yin type of the part, and also east is like a yang type of part of the hymn. And also face is front side is usually this is more bright than the north side. So that's why south is looks like the yang type of part, and north is like yin type of part of the hymn. So in generally we understand the north and west is more the dark and colder than the south and east. So that's why yin is northwest, and also yang is south and the east. Same way his the interaction in his left side. The left side is a way of the chi go up, with the sun rays up from the his left side. So that's why left is more yang than the right. Okay, so in left and right is so we can apply like this way. So we called the avenue of yin and yang, because the left side is the way for up and the right side is the way for down. So that's why we call that this way of yin and yang. Okay, so I think you understand of the basic concept on your note. So you cannot underline like this way, or you can make some note. Okay, so we can apply to this theory in here. Think about this way. This time and space, which one is yang? We know that this is yang, this is yin, because the stable or moving. So time is yang. There's another one, ethereal soul and corporate soul. When people die, this spirit might be move out from the dead body. So one goes to the ground, one goes to the heaven. And which one back to the heaven? Mostly ethereal soul back to the heaven. And when draw the cartoon in people die, there's angels, the flying toward the heaven. So that is ethereal soul. And another spirit was returned back to the ground. So it's downward. This is a corporate soul. As you know, this liver charge of this spirit, and the corporate soul charged by lung, right? So the one is a direction upward, the other one is direction downward. So that's why earth is yang type and corporate soul is yin type of the condition. And there's another one, the essence and blood. Essence is usually productive one. In activity, this is more productive and nourished. And blood has action with only nourishment. So the essence is contained some seed inside, so it's a productive thing. So that's why this make another one with we call this yang type of the action. And what about this one? This is yin. But when compared the essence to the chi, when compared with the blood, essence is more yang, but essence and chi is like gas and fire. The chi is unformed with non-substantial thing, with this is substance. So that's why essence is more yin type of the condition. The chi is more yang. So we call like this way, essence transform into the chi. This chi we call the source chi, which called yuan chi, which is called source chi. So essence is more yang than the blood, but essence is more yin than the chi. So in nature, there's no absolute. So the thing when you compare with something that can be the yang, also it can be yin too, like just like essence. And next one is wei and yin. Wei is usually wei qi or yin qi. You can understand this way. Wei qi is more outer, and this is more inner. The yin qi, neutral qi usually runs into the vessel with the blood, and also it has action with nourishment, and also nourish the blood and manufacture the blood too. I mean the produce the blood is another action of the nutritive qi. But outer with the protect qi, with the wei qi, it works for the protection. Protect body from exogenous, the evil qi. So it works for more outside than the yin qi is a work for inside. So that's why wei qi is more yang type of the condition. Okay. And round and square is round is indicate heaven, and square indicate the earth. So heaven is energy go back to the heaven, and also water or something dropped to the the earth. So the earth located lower part, heaven is located upper part. So that's why heaven is more yang, and this yin, as you know. And also acute and chronic. This is a fast movement, and this is slow down. So this onset is slow, and also this is a fast onset, which means the acute is more the yang type. This is yin type of the condition. And the left and right, this is a little bit confused to you because left and right is a little bit hard to understand. The mostly right hand is a little bit stronger than the left hand. So most of people, I know some people use the left side. The left side of the arm and leg is more strongest than the right hand side. But in nature, their Taoists they understand this way. This is a human's body. Qi move his left side for ascending, and also his right side, the qi goes down with the descending. Ascend qi from this left side. When you eat something, the most of the food converting into the energy, this energy might be move on to your left side first, and then after nourish of this area first, and then the remaining part transfer to the right, and so from the left to the right. So that's why most of people might be more brighter, and ear and eye, especially left side of the ear, left side of the eye is more brighter than the right hand side, because the qi in nature usually nourish the left side first, and then remain part might be move on to the right hand side. So this is reason. And also this qi goes down to the lower body part. It might be goes to the right side of the leg and arm, and then this one is a transfer to the left side of the leg and arm. So the right side of the arm and leg receive more energy than the left side, because the remaining part after the nourish the right hand side of the arm and leg, and then the remaining part go over to the left side, then nourish it. So that's why the left side of the leg and the arm receive the energy very finally. Okay, so here's the option. Who has a migraine headache in his left side? What type of the condition you have expected in this patient? In most of case in clinic, the people who suffer from the migraine headache in the left side, this is more related with a deficiency condition, especially liver, blood, or liver in. And there's many reasons. The first one is between the yin organ and yang organ. Yin organ has an action take it inward, which means its main action is store something. Okay, and the yang organ is take it move out, something move out, which is more good for eliminate or excrete. The excrete out. So this is good for the eliminate, make a stool, the excrete out of the stool and urine. These are all we call the yang type of organs, such as urinary bladder, large intestine. So who has some deficient condition? Between yin organ and yang organ, this is not enough. Not enough in where? The mostly the stories. So that's why it's the deficiency is more appear in the yin organ than the yang organ. So that's why inside of the body usually there's a Xiaoyang channel, lungs. The Xiaoyang channel is mostly yang channel, which is senja and gallbladder. And also yin organ and yang organ, they share the energy together. So that's why who has a pain in the side of the body, especially deficiency pattern, that might be pericardium or liver. But the liver is actually more, the gallbladder is more runs to the side of the head region. So that's why we pick deficiency of the blood in liver or in. The pericardium is not much have a blood deficiency. So in this reason, we choose the blood deficiency or deficiency of the liver who suffer from the headache in the left side, because this is normal. Normally qi must be ascend to his left side, and there's his left side of the head and the eye, ear, or nose, right? But if who has a pain, this we call the abnormal, not the normal. So not normal means this is disease, right? Not easy. So disease condition was we call the abnormal of the function. So here's a qi. Qi raise up to his left side, and there's the left side of the head first. But if not normal, then might be qi may not ascend to his left side, which means he has some condition which is failing the nourishment of the left side, which is the cause of the deficiency, right? So that's why who has a migraine headache in the left side, mostly those are related with a deficient condition, okay? And another one is if he has a migraine headache and same thing on his right hand side, what expected? So mostly excess of this might be excess condition because left side is a deficiency condition, so it might be related with excess. Excess is more openly seen in the foreorgan, so that's why excess of the gallbladder or senja is one of the reason of this one. And also another one, we can apply same way as like the previous one. Okay, qi should be go down after nourish of the right hand side, but somehow so may not goes down. This make a stagnate or make an access on the right hand side of his head. So these are cause of the pain. So this is excess of the Shaoyang with the gallbladder and senja, or if you have a liver yang rising or liver fire, the fire or yang tend to raise up, which try to return back to the heaven. So like this way, this is all yang type of condition, so it tend to go up, which block the qi descending function was blocked by this abnormal raising of the fire or yang. So in this reason, who has a migraine headache in the right hand side, mostly we call this condition is more excess type, especially the Shaoyang excess or liver yang rising or liver fire condition. So like this way, the left and right is we apply the many thing in here. Okay, I give you some more example in here. And when you study of the pulse, and we divide of the left and right side, and this Chun and Guan and Si. Here's the heart. Sometimes we put the small intestine. Here's the liver and gallbladder, and here's a kidney, it's urinary bladder. And here's a lung and large intestine. Here's a spleen and stomach. And here's another kidney. But this we put the Mingmen fire. Because this reason, when you see this one, the heart is a fire organ, and this is a wood organ, and this is a water organ, and this is a metal organ, and this is the earth organ. And when you see that this one, this is like a generating sequence with fire, the water produce the fire, the water produce the wood produce the fire, and earth produce the metal, right? So which one's supposed to be producing of the earth? That might be fire. So that's why in here, in the last portion in here, we can put the fire here. So it's the Mingmen fire, which is called the Yin and Yang. So in test, they like to asking us like this way. A patient who has a kidney sign, a patient has a lumbago and with a weakness of the knee, with a tinnitus. Okay, so this is a major sign and symptom, and also his pulse is weak pulse on left C position. What expected this one? This is all kidney deficient sign. In this case, all these are kidney deficient sign. Am I right? And additionally, he has a weak pulse on his left chi position, which this we call the proximal position, or we call this rear position. And these are all same thing, which indicate the chi with the closed position. And anyway, this indicate kidney, especially left side is if right side indicate yang, and left side might be indicate yin. So that's why in generally this patient has kidney yin deficiency. If this person has a right side of the chi position is weak, that might be kidney yang deficiency. Okay, so like this way, they like to use this sentence with general kidney deficiency with the different type of pulse skips and what is the pattern. So this kidney yin deficiency or kidney yang deficiency you may found. Okay, and another one, here's one more thing. I try to explain some more in here. Okay, this fire, which is called the source fire, or this energy, which warm up the whole body. So that's why the energy means qi. So this area is like a Mingmen fire or source qi with yuan qi, and these are all located at here. Anyway, the kidney fire is has action with make a warm up the stomach and spleen, and also support the zhong qi with pectoral qi. So lung respiration function also rely on the kidney grasp qi function. And then this warm up the kidney yang too. So in this reason, this source fire support the many things with the kidney fire, warm up, spleen, lung, and heart. So this is like a root organ with the source of the fire, source of the yang organ, right? And also, fibers, there's a kidney yin. Kidney yin nourishes the liver yin, and kidney yin also nourishes the heart yin. Kidney yin nourishes the lung yin too. So in this reason, we can say kidney yin nourishes liver, heart, and lung. So kidney is called the root organ. It's the kidney, right? It's the root of the yin, root of the yang. So kidney called the house of fire and water. Because source fire and source water is actually carried by kidney. So this water, fire and water, this actually from the essence. So essence is looks like seed. So seed is actually has a two aspect with the source of the production, and also seed is contract many things, especially yin and yang contracted inside of this seed. I mean the yin energy and yang energy contracted in this seed. I mean the contains in this seed energy. So that's why seed can be transferred to the two ways, male and female. Okay, which means this seed has in the yang energy, and also seed has yin energy too. We discuss later. And anyway, so here's the left side and right side. We just focus to the one thing here. The right hand side, there's a more chi related organ located here, and the left side is more related with the blood related organ located here. The heart and liver both are closely related with the blood, and lung and spleen is more related with the chi, which means this might be yin. This part is might be yang. So right hand side of the arm, this is our arm area. So the right side of the arm is more strongest than the left side because there's an energy goes more, and the left side is more related with the blood or yin in first diagnosis. This is one of the evidence why the right side is more the yang. The right arm and leg. But in general, in chi direction, the avenue of the chi in previous lecture. So in our planet, so energies usually go up to the left side. When go up, it uses the left side, and when go down, it uses the right hand side of our body. So that's why it's mostly, if you have a question with which side is more yang, you have to tell this yang side is more left, and this inside. Okay, but arm and leg is a little bit different. The arm and leg, this leg is more, arm and leg is right side is more stronger, which means there's a more yang energy contained. So that's why I explained to this one, this first diagnosis was indicate this one.